Lesson 3-1, Mathematical Expressions. In this video, we want to look at what an expression is and then be able to write these expressions in words and with digits. So a little bit of vocabulary. An expression is just a group of numbers and or letters with operations. Numerical expressions would be those expressions with only numbers and operations. So an example of that would be 4 minus 3. That's like an expression. We only have numbers involved with it. An algebraic expression would be those expressions with numbers, variables, and operations. So as long as it has variables involved, it would be an algebraic expression. An example of that would be 4x minus 3. I have a variable here attached with the x, with a 4, so this would be considered an algebraic. 4 minus 3 is just a numerical expression. So let's take a look at some examples. Here we want to classify the expression as numerical or algebraic. So negative 3 plus 7, I'm only dealing with numbers, so this would be numerical. Next, 2 times parentheses 4 plus 6, I'm only dealing with numbers, so this would be numerical. Next, I have r plus 3. There's a variable involved, so this would be algebraic. (10d) or 10 times d, the variable is involved, so this is also algebraic. Next, they're giving us some phrases here. We want to write them with digits, variables, and operations. So 8 less than twice 6. So that means I have twice 6, and it's going to be 8 less than that, so that's minus 8. Next, half of the absolute value of w added to 15. So that means if I have 15, and I'm adding to that half of the absolute value of w. Next, 3 times the sum of y and 7. So 3 times the sum, that means the answer to an addition problem, and we're adding y plus 7. So that's important that you put the y plus 7 in parentheses because they use the phrase or the word sum. Next one, the product of 8 and double a number n. So the product, which means the answer to 8, the multiplication of 8 and double a number n. So that would be 8 times 2n. Or you could put that in parentheses, so it could be 8 in parentheses, 2n in parentheses. That would also work. Next, the value of cents of dimes and nickels. So here, a dime is actually worth 10 cents, so a value, because they're asking for the value, we need to put a number in for the dimes. So this would be 0.1d, and then it's going to be plus, because it says the value of dimes and nickels, so we're adding those together. Nickel is 5 cents, so that's 0.05 n. Next, the number of pens in 5 is 5 less than p dozen. So there should be an is here. So the number of pens is 5 less. So if I have p dozen, it's 5 less than that, so p minus 5. The total number of boys and girls divided evenly into 6 groups. So that means I would have b plus g divided by 6. And the last one here, half the length of the base. So half the length of the base, b, so half of b times the height. Now, I probably wouldn't use the multiplication symbol using the x. For this one, I probably would just do half times bh. Or if you're going to use the multiplication symbol, just use the dot operator. And our last examples, we want to write these in words. So we have half times the parentheses 9 squared minus 10. So I would say half the difference because that's the answer to a subtraction problem, of 9 squared and 10. Next, I have t divided by the sum of w and v. Again, I'm using the sum because I have that in parentheses, w plus v, and we're dividing by the answer to the addition problem. Otherwise, if you don't put the word sum in there and you said t divided by w plus v, then it'd be t divided by w, and then your answer from that adding to v. And the last one is n minus 36. So that is our lesson on mathematical expressions.